ojúmọ́ ayọ̀, ojúmọ́ ìdùnnú àti àlàáfíà. Àṣẹ Àbọrú, Àbọyè, Àbọṣíṣẹ. Yeah, yes. Àṣẹ Àbọrú, Àbọyè, Àbọṣíṣẹ. Ojúmọ́ ire o. Ojúmọ́ ire, ojúmọ́ ayọ̀. Ojúmọ́ ire, ojúmọ́ ayọ̀. As you join, please keep tapping on your screen, please. Keep tapping on your screen, keep tapping on your screen. And let me know where you're streaming from today. This is another episode of ÌŞẸΕΣE for today. Ojúmọ́ ire o. Welcome to another episode of ÌŞԵΕΣE for today. As you join in, keep tapping on your screen. Chibi, hello, Grand Rising. Welcome to another episode of ÌŞԵΕΣE for today. Grand Rising. Welcome to another episode of ÌŞԵΕΣE for today. As you join, let me know where you're streaming from and keep tapping on your screen. You guys are not tapping on your screen, or keep tapping on your screen. As you join, let me know where you're streaming from. Keep tapping on your screen. Let me know where you're streaming from. Let me know where you're streaming from. Let me know where you're streaming from. Where are you joining us from today? Àbọrú, Àbọyè, Àbọṣíṣẹ. Let me know where you're joining us from today. Welcome to ÌŞԵΕΣE for today. Good morning, Grand Rising. Please tap on your screen. TikTok is very important. Please tap on your screen, like and share. That's the only way we can get this live streaming moving. From Lagos, Mr. Shidi on YouTube, thank you very much for joining. This is the first time, thank you very much for joining. Please tap on your screen. Tap on your screen, please. The more likes will attract viewers. Keep tapping on your screen. Keep tapping on your screen. Thank you. The person that is joining us for the first time, where are you joining us from? Ifagbemi, ojúmọ́ ire, ojúmọ́ ayọ̀, àkú ọ̀sẹ̀ ẹgbẹ́ àti ọ̀sẹ̀ Ògún, ọlọ́sẹ̀ àgbà o, èní lọ́sẹ̀ ẹgbẹ́, èní lọ́sẹ̀ Ògún. Thank you very much for joining us. Welcome to another episode. You are joining us from Anambra State, from Ikorodu. Ọlọ́sẹ̀ àgbà o, àkú ọ̀sẹ̀ ẹgbẹ́ àti ọ̀sẹ̀ Ògún. Ẹgbẹ́ ayé, ẹgbẹ́ ọ̀run, wọ́n á dúró tì wá, ẹgbẹ́ á gbè wá, ẹgbẹ́ á bá wa ṣe, àṣemúsòmúsò ẹgbẹ́ o, ẹgbẹ́ á bá wa ṣe, ẹgbẹ́ ayé, ẹgbẹ́ ọ̀run á dúró tì wá o, láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Grand Rising and welcome to another episode of ÌŞԵΕΣE for today. We're episode 2, season 2 of ÌŞΕΕΣE for today. Episode 1 was explosive yesterday for those of you that joined. And if you missed yesterday's live streaming, it will be on YouTube at 12 noon Nigerian time. The live streaming has been scheduled to drop on YouTube 12 noon Nigerian time, which will be 7 a.m. on the EST today. As you are joining, keep tapping on your screen and let me know where you are streaming from today. Àbọrú, Àbọyè, Àbọṣíṣẹ. Today we are diving into another Ifá. Every morning on Ifá College TikTok channel and on Iyanifa Ewa YouTube channel, we dive into the Odù Ifá for the day. Every morning we look into what the Odù Ifá is saying. Ọ̀rọ̀ tí Elédùmarè ń sọ. Thank you very much for joining in from London. Ọ̀rọ̀ tí Elédùmarè ń sọ, òun la máa gbé yẹ̀wò lójoojúmọ́. Every day we dive into the Odù Ifá to hear what Olódùmarè, the divine and supreme being, has to say to us for that day? Kí l'Olódùmarè ń sọ fún wa lénìí? Ifá is the voice of Olódùmarè, the words of Olódùmarè, the embodiment of knowledge for human life. That is what Ifá is. And the hashtag for this program is "My blessing is here now, Ashe, it is done." Our blessing is here now. In Ifá and ÌṢЭШE, we do not pray and hope and wish that something would happen. We are not hoping and waiting on God and looking up to the sky from whence cometh our help. No, we focus on the fact that our blessing is here with us, which is why in Ifá, ÌШЭШE, and Yoruba spirituality, what we say is Iwure. We do not make prayers of we are begging, we are praying, we are begging. Atoro abebe, angbadura. No. In Ifá and ÌШЭШE, it is called Iwure. Iwure means to dig up blessings. Àbọrú Àbọyè from Connecticut, Esheo, thank you for joining us. Gift of Valor, Moshe Ogboatoyin. So in Ifá and ÌШЭШE, Iwure la máa ń ṣe. Iwure means to dig up blessings. If you are digging up something, it's because you already know that that thing is there with you. That thing is there with you. It already exists in this plane. That is why you can dig it out. So we are digging up blessings because our blessing is here now and it is already done. Olódùmarè had put in everything that we need. Is it cover here? Olódùmarè has put in everything that we need. Everything that we need for life is already here. Oti wà níbí. All we have to do is find it. Where is it? It's in this earth. This earth and this universe is huge, is big. So what direction do I go for the things that I need? That is where the Odù Ifá comes in. Odù Ifá ni afinimọ̀nà ọmọ aráyé. Ifá is the GPS of life. Ifá is the one that guides us and directs us into the place. So for every Ifá that we go through each new day, it directs us to different places where the different things that we need, where it is and where it exists. That is why we take our time. And it is the instruction of Olódùmarè, the custom of our ancestors. Pé tá a bá ti jí lówùúrọ̀ kùtùkùtù, orí wa la kọ́kọ́ máa bá sọ̀rọ̀. When you wake up first thing in the morning, your Ori is the one that you speak to. You search through the Odù Ifá to find the word for that day. And once you find the Odù for that day, you speak to your Ori. You make Iwure to your Ori. That is how our ancestors have been doing it. But then a lot of things changed along the line, but we are getting that back. So as you join, please click on the plus sign, follow, subscribe, keep tapping on your screen, keep liking and keep sharing. Yesterday, we went through series of Odù Ifá and we were talking about Itefa yesterday. That instruction of Ifá that guides us into knowing our purpose for life. I asked certain questions yesterday that imagine what your life will be like if you had instructions of what job to do, what business to build, where to live, who to get married to, when to go out and when to stay at home. If you had those instructions, imagine the quality of life you'll be living now. If somebody had told you that that course you are going to study in school was just a waste of time, you are never going to have to use it, you wouldn't have wasted your time. You would have spent those years doing the things that mattered right now. If anybody told you that that relationship you invested your resources, your time, your prayers, your fasting, your love and your affection to, if anybody told you that it wasn't going to go anywhere, in fact, it was going to hurt you and take away from you, I'm sure you wouldn't have focused on that relationship. Exactly. Now, we all say, if only somebody has told me, if only somebody has told me. Who is the somebody that gets to tell you this? There is no human being that can tell you about your life because, excuse me, they are just living life too. Olódùmarè, the divine and supreme being that created everything that is the only one. That is the only entity that can tell us what it is, because it is only a manufacturer that can tell you the intent and the purpose of manufacturing a thing. It's only the manufacturer that can give you the precise instruction for that equipment you are holding. So it is only the manufacturer of life, of the universe, of me and of you, that can actually tell us this is what this thing is for, this is what human life is for, this is what it means, and this is how to navigate it. And when Olodumare created everything and put us here, they did not put us in a situation where we have to ask and beg every day before we get directions. You hear people coming in from religion saying that you have to wait on God, wait until you hear something. The Spirit of God will tell you, the Spirit of God will. Nobody knows when it's going to say it, but we need that information for now. I want to start a business now. I need that information now to know if that business works. Why do you have to put me in a situation where I have to wait endlessly? I don't know when. I just ask and then I wait. And then when the information even comes, how do I verify and know that the information I receive from God is actually coming from God? A couple of days ago, people all over the world, different people all over the world, claim that God told them that a particular incident called rapture will allegedly happen. And they could swear with everything that they were so sure that God spoke to this person and confirmed it with this person and this person. We're here today, 2nd of October 2025, to realize that that alleged rapture didn't happen. So what? God lied to all of them. These are the reasons you cannot live your life based on such things. Your life is too important, it's too delicate, it's too much of a serious thing than for you to just gamble here. Maybe it's this, maybe it's that. Imagine people that took decisions based on that information that was given, that on the 23rd, I think it was 23rd of September, that rapture was going to happen. People were literally giving out and selling out their things. They were folding up on life, closing up on life, only for them to go to the mountain and the valley where they waited to find out that nothing was there. So what? They come, imagine somebody has given out their houses, their cars, their money, everything that they own. They are coming back to nothing. This is why you cannot base your life on what religion is saying. Life is a serious thing. It's not a movie. And your life is not kites that you are flying around and tossing around, hoping that it will reach the sky someday. No. Which is why we are encouraged to return back to our roots, where you can confirm the information you are receiving. If you're on TikTok, please keep tapping on your screen, keep liking, keep sharing. YouTube too, keep liking, keep sharing this live streaming so that we can get more and more people on the live streaming. Now, somebody might be asking, how are you sure that when Olodumare is speaking, is Olodumare that is speaking? Oh, Ifa is pre-recorded information. It has always been there. Everybody can confirm it. You have access to it at every time. You don't need to wait on a queue before Ifa gives you an instruction. Even if the instruction for that time that Olodumare has to give you is to wait, Ifa will tell you at that time, over this matter, this Odù said you should wait. And we are advised or encouraged to recheck on every divination that we make, every Oseifa, which is why in Yoruba we say, Bano Sheri Enile Maribe, Otunla Omo Yawon Gan Le Yato, Òun ló mú babaláwo dífá ọ̀run, ó dífá lọ́sọ̀ọ̀sẹ̀. Meaning that the information I received today when Ifa says wait, by next week or next month, that information might change. It might be time to move forward. You will do your divination again. You will ask Ifa again, is it time to move forward? And Ifa says, oh yes, it is time. But these are the instructions, these are the warnings. Now it makes more sense. So, and the only divination in Ifa that gives you as an individual the manual and the instruction of your life journey is Itefa. Loosely interpreted as Ifa, initiation, but I don't like to call it initiation. It is called Itefa. Itefa is Itefa. You can pronounce it irrespective of what language you are. Just pronounce it E as in eagle, Te as in telephone, Fa as in do re mi fa. So you just go Itefa, as simple as that. We don't need to give it some English interpretation that does not explain what exactly it is. And then we've been having some information flying around that Itefa is not for everybody, particularly Itefa is not for women. Yesterday, we picked on 8 different Ifa to debunk that misconception. 8 different Ifas, Odù Ifás, that spoke about the fact that Itefa is for everybody in the whole world, irrespective of your gender. Because if not, how do you expect the people that you say Itefa is not for them, how do you expect them to get the manual and the purpose of their life? It's like saying somebody walks into a store to buy a gadget and you are saying it's not everybody that is entitled to have the manual. How then do you expect the other people to put together such a complex equipment that they have not used before? You are telling people that they cannot do Itefa. How then are they supposed to know their purpose in life? How do they know their taboos? How do they know the things that align with them, the things they are supposed to focus on, the things they are supposed to avoid? This was what we taught yesterday extensively. I think we spent about 2.5 hours yesterday on the live streaming. So if you missed it, the replay will be dropping on our YouTube channel, Iyanifa Ewa TV, at exactly 12 noon Nigerian time, which will be 7 a.m. on the EST, and every other person in between can find out what their own time zone is. So today we are delving into another Ifa. Now, I told you that at the Ifa College, we are compiling as many Ifas as we can lay our hands on for the 256 Odù, to put it in a written format. Now, a lot of people might ask, oh, we have a lot of those kind of books already. Yes, we do. Adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Elédùmarè, adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn tó ṣàwòkù sẹ́yìn fún wa. We are grateful for our fathers and mothers that had come together to put those documents in place. So why then did I feel the need, or did my ancestors feel the need to prompt me to put together another book? Here is what it is. A lot of us can recite the Odù Ifá offhand, but we cannot appropriate it into our everyday lives. We just read it, we can recite it, we have crammed it. You are probably born into it. You have so many books on it. You can recite it in order from one to the end. You are super intelligent and you have very good retentive memory like that. After them, what else? How do you appropriate it to life? How does it make sense to your everyday life? Because if you cannot fix it into your life and use it for your everyday life, it just becomes another newspaper or poem or novel that you just read and you entertain yourself. But the Odù Ifá is more than that. It is universal information for your life, for my life. We have to be able to appropriate it into our everyday lives. That is why the Ifa College has decided to put together the sacred Odù Ifá text in the ancient Yoruba language, translated into English. Then moving beyond that, helping you to appropriate each Ifa to different parts of your everyday life that it aligns with. So when you read an essay that talks about certain things, you know how to apply it to your finances, to your business, to your relationship, to your health, to every aspect of your life that that particular essay touches on. Before the end of this year, we would publish the first edition of it. A lot of people have started pre-ordering for it, and today I would be taking the ẹ Ifá and reading through to give you an idea of what that book is going to look like. Is that okay? So usually I read from the sacred Odù Ifá, the one that is already existing, and then I now explain. Now that explanation that I do is what the text that is coming from Ifá College is going to do. So today we are going to be taking a sample of that. The ẹ Ifá is there. ẹ Ifá is ẹ Ifá. I didn't write ẹ Ifá. I didn't make it up. We are only collecting different books that has been written, oral renderings from our fathers in different parts of the southwestern part of Nigeria and across the coast of West Africa. The oral information they have about Ifá, we're collecting it and we're putting it together in a text. And then sitting together with the team of elders that we have at the Ifá College, we're interpreting it to appropriate to your everyday life. And Ifá College is one that is publishing it, is not me. So that long after I have gone, the college will still continue its publishing. Because most of our fathers that wrote several books before now, one of the reasons those books are no longer in print is because they were self-publishing. It was a contract between them and the publisher. And the moment they passed on, their family did not give the publisher the right to continue publishing, because a lot of their children has ventured into so many Western things here and there, and they don't feel the need. In fact, some of them have gone into religion and they think that their fathers made a mistake, so they don't want to continue the demonic books, in quotes, that their fathers started. So we are going to avoid that. So irrespective of what my children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren decide to do with their life, we pray that they do the best with this. Ifá College will always be there to continue to publish and print future copies of this book. So that's where we're taking it from today. Àbọrú, Àbọyè, Àbọṣíṣẹ. Those on TikTok and on YouTube, it applies to both. Please keep tapping on your screen, keep liking, keep sharing, and keep your gifts coming in. Keep liking, keep sharing, and keep your gifts coming in so that we can meet our goals for today. Keep your gifts coming in so that we can meet our gift target for today. Before we start, let's make our Iba. Akodaye Asheba. Asheba Sheda. Elédùmarè ọba tẹ́rẹrẹ kárí ayé Asheba. Amẹ̀dá Awẹ̀dá Ashega. Ọba tó lọ kọrin kése, ọba tó fi gbogbo àgbálá ayé yìí tó fi ṣe àpótí ìtìsẹ̀ rẹ̀ Asheba. Aníkíbà wa ṣe o. Òrànmọ́ níṣẹ́ fàyàtì. Bàbá àgbà arúgbó ọjọ́ Asheba. Aníkíbà wa ṣe o. Ẹ̀yin ìyá mi ọ̀pàkẹ́ àlàkẹ́ alágbogbo idẹ Asheba. Ẹ̀yin olókìkí òru, ẹ̀yin ògbìngbìngbìn tí ń rìn gbìngbìngbìn lẹ́yìn ìkùlé ẹni tó bá wù yín Asheba. Aníkíbà wa ṣe o. Ajagunmalé olúwo òde ọ̀run Asheba. Olúbíkin ọ̀sanyìnbíkin Asheba. Asheba àwọn alálẹ̀ ilẹ̀, Asheba àwọn tó tẹ̀lú ìdó, Asheba àwọn tó ṣàwò kùsẹ́yìn fún wa. Aníkíbà wa ó ṣe o. Asheba orí, Asheba ẹlẹ́dàá, Asheba gbogbo àwọn òrìṣà tí ń mọlẹ̀ tó tẹ̀lẹ̀ káàárọ̀ òjìrèdó Asheba. Aníkíbà wa ṣe o. Gbogbo agbára tó solé ayé ró, gbogbo agbára tó ní kọ́yẹ̀ ńlá léèmí tó ní ká rí ojúmọ́ re Asheba. Aníkíbà wa ṣe o. Èyí lọ̀sẹ̀ ẹgbẹ́, aṣemúsòmúsò ẹgbẹ́ ayé, ẹgbẹ́ ọ̀run Asheba. Aníkíbà wa ṣe o. Èyí lọ̀sẹ̀ Ṣàngó, Ògúnlákayé, èyí lọ̀sẹ̀ Ògún, Ògúnlákayé ọ̀ṣì ìmọ̀lẹ̀, olóními nílé fẹ̀jẹ̀wẹ̀, òláṣọ nílé fìmọ̀fìmọ̀ búra Asheba. Ògún tó lànà falára, Ògún tó lànà fàjèrò Asheba. Aníkíbà wa ṣe o. Asheba orí, Asheba ẹlẹ́dàá, Asheba ọlọ́kọ̀ tó wà wá sáyé, ìyá wa bàbá wa níbi gbogbo tí wọ́n bá wà Asheba wọn. Aníkíbà wa ṣe o. Asheba gbogbo babaláwo, gbogbo Iyanifa, gbogbo bàbá lóríṣà, gbogbo ìyá lóríṣà lórígun mẹ́rẹ̀ẹ̀rin àgbálá ayé yìí níbi gbogbo tẹ́ ẹ bá wà, gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ jókòó tẹ́ ẹ ń ṣiṣẹ́ ẹrún mọlẹ̀, gbogbo àwọn àpẹ̀tẹ̀bí, gbogbo àwọn ìyá àbíyè, gbogbo àwọn oníṣègùn, gbogbo àwọn eléwé ọmọ Asheba. Aníkíbà wa ṣe o. Asheba gbogbo irun mọlẹ̀ tó dilẹ̀ káàárọ̀ òjíire mú Asheba. Aníkíbà wa ṣe o. Asheba Ifá, aṣeré ìpa Ifá, Asheba Ẹkin. A tún ti bọ́ sínú ẹ̀kọ́ Ifá míì lónìí. a ní ọgbọ́n àti ìmọ̀ àti òye tí Ọ̀rúnmìlà fi gbé Ifá wá sílé ayé tí Ifá fi ń ṣàkóso ilé ayé. Kó fi ọgbọ́n yìí kó fi mọ̀ wá láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Gbogbo àwọn aláṣẹkù, gbogbo àwọn tó ṣàwo kù sẹ́yìn fáwa, gbogbo àwọn tí wọn ò jẹ́ kí Ifá ó parun, àṣèbá ọ, a ní kí ọlọ́sẹ̀ kó gbà á, a ní kí bá wa ṣe o, ìbá ṣe. That was us paying homage to Olódùmarè, the divine and supreme being, to Ifá, to Ọ̀rúnmìlà, to all the orishas that hold the universe in place, to our ancestors that laid the foundation of Ifá and didn't allow Ifá to perish despite everything that has been done. Ashiba, Anikiba Washio. Thank you so much for that gift. Ajé àfikún yín lọ́wọ́ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Àtọ̀tún àtòsì tẹ́yẹlé fi ń gbére wá. Òun ni ire ajé, ire owó, ire ọlá ló máa fi gbé wá fún yín o láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Wọ́n ní àbùdí ní tolókun, àbùdí ní tọlọ́sà. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń bù á máa dí fún yín ni o láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. So the Odù Ifá for today. Ọpọ́n Ifá ni o. This is the Ọpọ́n Ifá for those of you that are joining us for the first time. This is the Ifá tablet. Exactly. This is the Ifá tablet. This is Odù Ifá Oturupon Meji. This is the Odù Ifá that was cast for the whole of the Yoruba race, the entire world of Yoruba people, for this Yoruba calendar year. Odù Ifá Oturupon Meji. Babalawos also call it Odù Ifá. Babalawos also call it Odù Ifá Ologbon Meji. YouTube, sorry for the interruption. So Odù Ifá Oturupon Meji, Odù Ifá Ologbon Meji, that's the Odù that we are diving in today. And the code is 2212. So I'll be reading from our sacred Odù Ifá text. And we are going to be picking Ẹsẹ̀ 5, Ẹsẹ̀ 5. Ẹsẹ̀ is like verses, right? Odù Ifás are like chapters. So we are going to be picking from Ẹsẹ̀ 5, Ẹsẹ̀ 5. Thank you so much for that gift. Odù Ifá Oturupon Meji, ó ní ọlọ́gbọ́n kan yìí gbọ́ngbọ́ngbọ́n kí wọ́n ta kókó omi sétí aṣọ. Ọlọ́gbọ́n kan kì í gbọ́ngbọ́ngbọ́n kí wọ́n ta kókó omi sétí aṣọ. Ọlọ́mọràn kan kì í mọyé yẹ̀pẹ̀ tó wà lórílẹ̀ ayé. Arìnàká kan kì í rìn títí tó fi máa débi tílẹ̀ gbé pẹ̀kun. Adífá fún ṣoreṣore tí ń bẹ láyé. Abù fún ṣèkàṣèkà tí ń bẹ lálàdí ọ̀run. Ẹbọ làwo ní kọ́ mú ṣe. Wọ́n ṣe oore làwọn ó máa ṣe, àwọn ò ní ṣèkà mọ́. Bí oore bá di bí ìpàdé dọ̀run. Wọ́n ní bí oore bá di bí ìpàdé dọ̀run. The English translation. No one gets so wise that they tie water in a knot with the edge of a cloth. You know how African women can, tie a wrapper like this. You are tying a wrapper around, and then you can tie something, maybe put in money and tie it at the edge of your wrapper, right? This Odù Ifá says, nobody gets so wise that they tie water in a knot at the edge of their wrapper. It's not possible. No one gets so knowledgeable as to know the exact number of the sand of the sea. You cannot. No matter how knowledgeable, smart, and intelligent you are, you cannot know the amount of the sands on the sea. Please keep tapping on your screen. Keep tapping on your screen. Keep liking, keep sharing. Keep tapping on your screen. It's very important, please. No traveler can walk endlessly until he reaches the very ends of the earth. No, it is not possible. No matter how widely traveled someone is, if you start journey of traveling, walking to get to the end of the earth from age 0, like the day you were born, and you have 1,000 years to live on earth, you cannot walk and say, oh, I finally got to where the world ends. This Ifá divination was cast for Shore, the one who does good continually, who lived on earth. It was also cast for Sheka, the one who does evil continually, who lived in heaven's throne. Sacrifice was what was prescribed to them by the Awo. Ebo was what the Awo asked them to do. They both declared that they would do good and not evil. But did they truly keep their word? Ifa says, when goodness meets with evil, or when good is repaid with evil, the final judgment belongs in Orun. Now, first thing to pick out of here, he says, when you are doing good and you are being repaid with wrong, the final judgment belongs to Orun. Wọ́n ní bí oré bá di bí ìpàdé dọ̀run, ìpàdé di ọ̀run. Now, when religion tells you that the idea of when people do good, they would have to give account at a certain place called Orun, they sell you that idea and they say that it is a religious idea. No. So many of us don't understand that these things that we think that religion has brought to us, these things that we think that religion is the one that tells us, oh, it was when I became a Christian or when I became a Muslim that I realized that whatever wrong that I do, there is a judgment waiting for me where people get to be paid in their coin for what they did. You think it is religion that brought that? No. The reason you don't know that all of these things you are looking for in an external religion exist in Ifa is because you do not read it, because you don't have the knowledge. Everything about life, human life in this plane and beyond, is contained in the entire 256 Odù Ifás and the text that comes with it. Someone says in a nutshell, what is the Ifa telling us? In a nutshell, that's why we are still speaking on this program. So just listen, we have not ended. That's what we are doing here. That's what we do here every day, just in case you are joining us for the first time. So it says here that if your good has been repaid with evil, ìpàdé di ọ̀run. Àṣepamọ́ ló wà, kò sáṣegbé kankan níbi kankan. Whatever you do, you are keeping it. It is being kept for you somewhere. There is nothing you do and you get away with. There is no such thing as, oh, you do something wrong today, then you say, forgive me, Father, in the name of Jesus, and then it just goes away. No, it doesn't. That is the lack of responsibility and lack of accountability that religion sells. And it doesn't exist. Because look at life today. The same religion that told you that if you confess your sins, everything just goes away. The same religion tells you that the sin of the father will be asked off on the children to the grandchildren to the fourth generation. That's the reality of life. So whatever good that people are doing to you today, and you are repaying it with evil, àṣepamọ́ ni, it is waiting for you in this life and in the several lives to come. And unfortunately, it is also setting the tone for the life of your children and your generations to come. What your forefathers did, your great-grandfathers, your grandfathers, your fathers, your mothers, what they did is what has determined the quality of life that you are living today. The difference between you and so many other people around you is the choices that their fathers made. You are a Nigerian or a Ghanaian born in Nigeria and in Ghana. The only passport you have is Nigeria. And they understand that nobody can run away with anything. Now, let's take it into, this is the pattern in which this the sacred text of the Odu that we are publishing is going to be. So we have read the Yoruba, we have read the English. Then it goes on to say the lesson and blessings from this Odu. Human wisdom has limits. That's the first thing. If you listen to the first line, it says, nobody is wise enough to tie water in a knot at the edge of their cloth. Nobody is knowledgeable enough to know the sands of the sea. This Odù tells us that human wisdom is limited. The moment you realize that the human beings that you are dealing with are limited, there are certain things that you will check with Ifa before you go ahead and do it. The moment you realize that human beings are limited in everything, you give people the allowance to be human, your own life will be better and be peaceful. You see this thing that religion teaches us and tells us that, oh, the moment somebody has come to God, the person is born again, born 10 times, 20 times, how many times whoever it is decides to be born. And tells you that once somebody is dressed in a certain way with their head covered and they are bowing down to pray on the floor 5 times a day, you look at them with this certain impeccable look. You expect things that are not humanly possible from them. Your expectation of them are so high. And then when they act out as human beings, you feel hurt, you feel pained. In fact, you have built your world around them, and then one betrayal from them brings your own life crashing. No, it's not their fault, it is yours. Because you are having expectations from a human being that a human being is not capable of. Human beings are limited. You need to understand that as you deal with people. Give people the allowance to be human beings. You don't come and say, and I trusted her and she did. No, you don't. We put too much expectation on people. It is too much. It is unrealistic. And that is why a lot of relationships are failing. Whether it's a marriage relationship, whether it's friendship, whether it's business, whether it's family, you are putting too much expectation, especially in relationship. People have built this expectation around men. A woman goes into a relationship, the man has to be this, the man has to be that, the man has to be this. Religion tells you to submit to the man. He's the leader. The guy, that dude that you are submitting to, he doesn't even have an idea where he's going. He's a human being like yourself. He's just going through life for the first time like you are also going through life. The brain that is in his head is a human brain like your own. It's not AI. He's just trying to figure out life. So this expectation, he's supposed to make me happy, he's supposed to give me joy. You don't ask such things of a mere human being like yourself. Cut them some slack and really reason this thing. Another human being is supposed to give you joy. He's supposed to, which is also the same thing that is causing strain between parents and children in their relationship. Oh, I've invested so much in this child. I spent so much in this child. You suffered so much for this child. You are building your children to become a retirement plan for you. Then those children eventually start to live their adult life. You are still expecting. The demand is still there. They cannot take a step without thinking about how will my father feel? How will my mother feel? Because you have children constantly guilt-tripping them into what their life is supposed to be. The expectation we have of other human beings is too much. People are limited. This is what this Odù Ifá is telling us. Human beings are limited. Understand that. Know this and know peace. If you understand the fact that people are limited, when they make mistakes, you understand that that is what people do. Human beings make mistakes. Human beings mess up. That's what they do. I'm not saying that to justify people that deliberately go out of their way to just hurt people. That's on them. I'm talking about you. When people do things that does not go up to your expectation, just understand the fact that human beings are limited. And because of that, when you have to take a decision in your life that involves another human being, go to Ifa and ask. Change is the only constant thing in the life of a human being. Please, as you are watching, like, share, and follow. Like, share, and follow. When you understand that change is the only is the only constant thing in the life of a human being. You would always find out from Ifa, this person that we started work yesterday together, this is another month, are they still okay? Religion tells you the moment you pray and you hear the will of God, you are stuck with that will of God for the rest of your life. And that will of God is another human being. God is categorically telling you that that human being that you have started to build whatever with today cannot change in the next 20, 50 years. How does that even make sense? How does that make the person human? Where is the human side of that idea and that expectation? No, Ifa is real. Ifa tells you that bí èní ṣe rí ọ̀la lè má rí bẹ́ẹ̀. The way today is, tomorrow might not be like that. That person that is good to you today might not be like that tomorrow, because people are just, that is what people are. People are limited in consistency. Even when they want to be consistent, circumstances around them might choose for them not to be. And it is okay, they are human beings. That's the first thing he says here. He says human wisdom is limited. Human beings are limited. It is only Orun that sees the entire truth. It is only Ifa and Olódùmarè that sees the entire truth, which is why you must constantly ask Ifa as you are doing things. Yes, I know that 6 months ago when you made a divination, Ifa says, oh, this place is the right place to be. That person is the right person to be. Constantly make your divination, because as long as it involves another human being, including yourself, some of us, the things we are doing today, if somebody told us 10 years ago that this is what we'll be doing, we will argue it to the last. I was raised in a Christian home, in a family of generation of bishops and church priests, until I myself became a pastor. If anybody told me in that year that you'll be an Iyanifa today and you'll be teaching people about Ifa, I will look at the person like, you need to check it. You're not okay. I mean, look at my life and see. I will literally tell the person, I bind you and I cast you into the bottomless pit. But here we are today. If you are limited in your knowledge of yourself, if you have not been consistent over the years, then cut every other human being some slack. That's just the way people are. Your hurt would, the hurt and the heartbreak that you feel, it will reduce, it will be limited if you understand what this Odù Ifá is saying. He says Orun, Ifa, Olódùmarè is the only one that sees the truth of everything at every time. That's why you have to go and ask. Constantly ask, because you are limited. You can tell yourself, I don't need to make a consultation about my husband. We've been living together for 20 years. I know that man in and out. I know him more than he knows himself. Another human being. Continue. The second lesson, he says people often make promises they cannot keep. People make promises they cannot keep. That is people. See, let me explain something to you. Is religion that told you that when somebody makes a promise and break it, they are bad people? Ifa says when somebody makes a promise and break it, they are human beings. They are just human. That is what being human is called in reality. We can try our best to do certain things, but that we will not flaw in one way or the other. It is not it. That is the holy and righteous person that they have created to you. But you see that holy and righteous person they created for you, it does not exist. It is something that is unattainable. Religion brought it so that you will continue to fight and wake up every day. You measure yourself with that image of holy and righteous man they've created, and you just always feel inadequate. Why do you bow your heads in worship of Ifa and the other idols? First of all, Ifa is not an idol, and we do not have idols. So maybe you should check the definition of the word idol. So I'm sure you meant to use the word orishas. So I would ask you again, as a Yoruba person, the person that is answering that question, are you Yoruba? Yes, Yemi, you are Yoruba. So let me ask you again, why do you as a man, if you are a man, why do you lie down and prostrate on the floor? We call it èèyàn dọ̀bálẹ̀. Kí ló dé tọ́mọ Yorùbá ṣe ń dọ̀bálẹ̀ kí bàbá àti ìyá ẹ̀? Why do you dọ̀bálẹ̀, prostrate, lie down flat on the floor with your entire body on the floor to greet an elderly person? And then why does a woman kneel down to greet an elderly person? Then if you are in an environment where you cannot kneel down, why is it that when you see your elders, you bend down like this? It is a sign of respect. Is that okay? It is not bow down in worship, whatever it is they told you. It is our own traditional sign of respect. And it is not limited to Yoruba people or Africans alone. Asians greet each other and they bow like this. It is called respect. Those orishas that you are referring to as idols, they are our ancestors. They lived in this earth like you and I. The way your great-grandfather lived on this earth, our orishas lived on this earth. Shango was a king of the Oyo Empire. Like you have the Aláàfin Oyo, Shango lived in this earth and was one time the Aláàfin of Oyo. Human beings like you and I. So if you have the need to respect your parents at home and prostrate and greet them and bend down like this, yes, that is what we do to people that have gone ahead of us. Is that okay? I hope you understand it now. Dead people, yes, that is the part where you don't understand. That's the part where you don't understand. Religion tells you that when people leave this world and they go, religion tells you that they are dead people. But that same religion, if you are coming from the place of religion, that same religion will always tell you to honor Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. They are also dead people. So the same way as a country, we honor the memory of certain world leaders that has gone. South Africa will always honor the memory of Nelson Mandela. I'm sure they still do. The memory of past governors, past presidents that have gone is honored. The same way the memory of your grandmother and great-grandmother is honored. Is that okay? So if your Bible chooses not to honor the people that have gone before them, it does not mean that those that honor them have a problem. You are the one that should ask yourself, why are you not honoring them? And then let me say something, because this part of it gets interesting. You are, Mr. Yemi, I don't know how old you are. You intend to have children if you don't, and you intend to have grandchildren. So take, for instance, you have grandchildren, and you take them out on vacation, you take them out for drinks, you give them a happy time. Then time comes and you pass from this world into the beyond. Then your grandchildren, somebody now mentions your name to your grandchildren. Then your grandchildren now says, no, grandpa is dead. I don't care about him anymore. He has become an idol and a demon. How does that sound? How does that sound to you? When you will be mentioned among your grandchildren after you have passed, and your great-grandchildren, they will speak about you in honor. They will remember the things that you have done. They will honor your memory. They might even still have pictures of you in the house, but you are dead. If they are dead, why do you guys spend time to bury people and keep a tomb somewhere? I'm sure Christians do that. If they are, the moment those people, you are just supposed to throw their body on the street for dogs and cats to eat because they are dead. It doesn't work that way. Every Christian takes their time to say, Father Abraham has many sons, Abraham's blessings are mine, but Abraham is dead. You get into church and you are asked to pray, God of Elijah, send down fire, but Elijah is dead. Do you understand? Do you understand this? So it doesn't make sense when you look at it as a logical person with reasoning, somebody that's educated and exposed. It doesn't make sense. If you are comfortable with saying that the God that you serve is the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, if you are comfortable to say he's the God of Israel, and you can include that in your prayer, then the people from which you take your roots are being venerated that way, but you have a problem with them. Ask yourself, does these things make sense? They don't. One day you will become an ancestor. And God forbid that your children and grandchildren speak of you like something that never existed. Despite the fact that you built mansions and houses and handed it over to those children. Despite the fact that you are building wealth today for those grandchildren and great-grandchildren to inherit. Then after you have gone, they start to disregard the memory and identity of you. It doesn't make sense. You can honor your creator, yes. We worship Olódùmarè, but we also honor the people that honor is due to. Even the Bible says, give to Caesar what is due to Caesar. It is not only Olódùmarè that deserves honor. Olódùmarè is in a class of their own, nothing compared. It is Christianity and religion that is forcing the idea of small gods on African spirituality. We don't have small gods. We don't have idols. You are the one that is forcing that idea. It doesn't exist here. The same way your religion tells a woman to submit and honor her husband, tells parents to honor their children to honor their parents. That is the way we also honor people that have gone ahead of us, whether they are here with us or they are no longer here with us. The evidence of the things they have done is still here with us. Nigeria will always honor certain people. We have monuments for them that is created. As a Christian, the moment you see them create a monument for maybe MK or Abiola or for somebody, you are not supposed to pass inside that community because they are dead people. You are not supposed to. University of Ife has been turned into Obafemi Awolowo University, honoring the person of Obafemi Awolowo, despite the fact that he's gone. Why do Christians attend that school? That name on your certificate is an honor to what that man did. He's an ancestor. He has passed, but his memories live on. So these Orishas you are talking about, they are our ancestors. They lived here. The memory of what they did is still here, and we honor them. So I keep saying this, you see, when you take away the brainwashing that religion has given to you, and you break this thing down in simple English language, you would understand what they've done to you. You would understand that everything I just explained to you right now, you would understand how it doesn't make sense where you're coming from. But no, they give you this mandate to continue to fight misconception. You don't know that they are using you as a tool and a weapon. Everything I just described to you right now, which of it sounds demonic? Because I always tell Christians or whoever it is, when you are taking these words, take them all the way. Don't start from somewhere and stop from somewhere. You do not want to venerate people that has passed. Yes, that's your choice. But make sure you are avoiding it in every way. Avoid it in every way. Don't choose it on one side and then leave it on one side. Oh, goodness. Do you know why? I will take my time to answer this question. It says, why can't Olódùmarè save you from slavery till today? The reason that Africa is in the state that it is because of Islam and Christianity. So I will put that question to you. For the 20, 30, 50 plus years that Christianity and Islam has been having, pray for Nigeria, let's pray for Nigeria. I was a pastor in Christ Embassy for several years, and I know that there is no service that starts and finishes that we don't pray for Nigeria. How is that going right now? At least as an Ifa priestess, we are not mandated to pray for Nigeria. It's not a mandatory thing. But for those of you that have been mandated for you, every day, one church or the other, all over the world is praying for Ghana, praying for Nigeria, praying for Liberia, praying for this, particularly this Nigeria where we are. Different church services, Monday service, Wednesday service, praying for Nigeria, in your home, praying for Nigeria. What has God done for Nigeria? But the next answer you always give is, if not for God, Nigeria would have been worse than this. So God kept Nigeria from getting worse than this, but he did not keep Nigeria from getting to this point. Now, in Ifa, it is not the responsibility of Olódùmarè to save us. That's what you don't understand. Like I explained as we started this, Ifa comes from the angle of balance, responsibility, and accountability. The country is what it is today because of the choices that we made. And if we are going to change it, we will make better choices. It's not prayer. Olódùmarè did not tell us that he's coming to save us. It is Christianity that told you that Jesus is coming to save you. Just as we are reading in the Odù Ifá now, responsibility. When people do good, they get it. If your leaders are making wrong choices, this is the consequences of it. Ifa does not tell you that you can pray and Olódùmarè will come to save you from the wrong choices that you made. No. Òun náà ṣe sọ pé àṣepamọ́ kankan ò sí, àṣegbé ò sí, àṣepamọ́ ló wà. You are not Christian, whatever it is that you are, whatever religion that you belong to, because if you're an atheist, you will not sound like this. Atheists understand balance more than most other forms of spirituality. So whatever religion you are coming from teaches you at least the idea that Olódùmarè will save. You got it from religion. Religion was the one that gave you the idea that God is coming to save somebody. No, Ifa does not tell you that God is coming to save anybody. Ifa says for every action you take, there is a reaction. There is. So whatever it is this country is today is a sum of the choices that we make. And for us to change the outcome, we have to change the choices and the decision. That is not on God. That is not on Olódùmarè at all. That is not. Is that okay? I hope I'll be able to answer your question. Let's continue. It says, the third lesson, goodness and evil will always cross paths. That is the balance that Ifa talks about. You need to understand that balance that Ifa speaks about. There is nothing in Ifa that says good comes from God, evil comes from Satan. It doesn't have anything to do with Ifa. Ifa does not say good comes from God, evil comes from Satan. No. Ifa says everything comes from the divine and supreme being, and it is created in twos, opposites. So here and there, they would always cross paths. But it says but the ultimate justice rests with Ọ̀run and not with humans. It would always come. So when you understand that the life you are experiencing right now is a combination of what is good and what is not good, you will know that you have to be careful in the decisions you make, and you have to protect yourself from the evil because they are always there. It's just like germs in the air. As we are breathing in oxygen, which is the good part of this air, there are also so many things that can pollute the air. They are present there at the same time. You cannot pray it away. You cannot pray dust out of the air. You are having to protect yourself, which was what we did when we started to wear nose masks and all of that. You smell something that is not right, you cover your nose. That is you protecting yourself. You can't take it away, but you can protect yourself. That is what Ifa is asking us to do. You understand that this life is full of good and bad. So as you live through life every day, you are checking through the Odù Ifá to make sure that the decisions you are making is good, and to make sure that you are protecting yourself from the one that is not good. It is your responsibility to protect yourself. We don't sit down somewhere and we are praying, Olódùmarè, please protect me. Olódùmarè, please protect. It does not exist here. Every tool you need to make life a success, Olódùmarè has given it to you already. You are the one that needs to find the tools and implement it. It is your responsibility to find those tools and implement them. Is that okay? The next lesson from this Odù, it says this Odù blesses with discernment, with patience and assurance that divine justice cannot be escaped. Patient discernment. It helps you, it asks you to be patient with everybody and everything around you, because there is nothing like perfect in this plane. Be patient with the people you are dealing with. They are just human. Yes, they are just human. Be patient with them. Don't give too much expectation to people, so that when they are acting out people as they are, you don't get hurt or pained. Keep tapping on your screen, keep liking, keep sharing, and keep your gifts coming in. So that is the order in which it is going to come, right? In the sacred text of Odù Ifá that we're about to publish. So the third part would go to, the first part you would recite the Essay Ifá for you in English and in Yoruba. The second part will tell you the blessings and the lessons. The third part will tell you the application to everyday life. How do I apply all of these things that I just heard to my everyday life? In your relationship, that's the first application. He said, don't be deceived by promises. Watch out for actions. Words alone do not define the truth. You need to understand that when it comes to your relationship, people can give you words, but their actions can change. Give people allowance for it. You need to understand that part. You need to understand that part. Don't be carried away with the expectations of this generation that says, oh, men are supposed to be this. If men are not this, women are supposed to be this. Human beings are just human beings. Stop putting too much expectation on somebody that is still trying to figure out their own life. The man that they ask you to submit to, that they ask you to follow, that they said you should follow, he's going to lead you and guide you. He himself doesn't have an idea where he's going to. He's waking up every day hoping that he knows the next step to take. And then when the whole family decision and finances come crashing down, as a woman, you feel hurt. Oh, I trusted this man with everything. See where he has led this family to. Bóyá kí wọ́n gan fi common sense sínú relationship tó wà yẹn. Maybe you too should apply sense into it. Sit down and understand that this man you are dealing with is limited. Sit down and both of you come together. Come together and map out this thing. Ask Ifá constantly. Every step that you're about to take, ask Ifá. Don't just imagine that because your husband is born again, your husband prays 5 times a day, he's an Afa, he's an allergy, he already knows what to. Is a lie. Even your daddy Gio, they all do not know where they are going. They are waking up every day hoping that they are doing the right thing. So that idea, take it out. It says how do you apply this in your career and your money? Accept your human limitations, accept the limitations of other people, focus on diligence and integrity. Focus on that, trusting that Ifá will balance everything out for you in your career, in your money. Understand the fact that people are limited. As you build a career, as you build your business, understand that you are limited as a human being and people around you are also limited. When you understand that if you employ people at work or you get into a business partnership with people, you will go to the Odù Ifá to check constantly what's going on with this person. My employees at work, are they still on the same page with me? Is there anything I need to look out for? If I will tell you somebody or any somebody is about to step into the line of betrayal, you know ahead, you follow the instructions of what Ifá says you should do. Before you invest your money on that property, yes, speak to an investment manager and all of that. But before you make that final decision, ask Ifa. That might be a good investment. Your investment advisor might be the best in town. The company or the property you are investing into might be the best, but it might not be what is applicable for you right now. That might not be what is good for you right now. So Ifa says, hold on. The fact that it is good for everybody, Baba Zion, the fact that it is good for everybody does not mean it is good for you at this time. Ifa will guide you and direct you. You have 20 job offers. All of them pay very well. In fact, there's one that gives you XYZ ABC. How do you know if you are to be an Ifa priest? Divination, you always ask Ifa. There's nobody that can know by just looking at you. Please, can you post the WhatsApp number for those that need divination to confirm if they are supposed to be Ifa priest or not? Please type the WhatsApp number in the comment section. Now, the third part where you can apply this is your personal growth. Your personal growth. Ifa says, stay consistent in goodness, even if evil seems to dominate. I know how sad we can feel sometimes when we are constantly doing good to people and they are repaying us in a way that doesn't. That number this person posted is not my WhatsApp number, please. Ignore that message that was posted by Bosun Adeyinka. That is not my WhatsApp number. I'm not associated with that person. And why are you posting your WhatsApp number on the live streaming? I don't need your number. I don't need your number. I'm not going to send you a message. That's another thing I should let you know. I will not send you a message. I would only reply messages that you send to me. So I will not initiate a conversation with you either by WhatsApp or by DM. I will not initiate a message with anybody. No, I won't. The WhatsApp number will be posted. Jane, please post the WhatsApp number. Post my WhatsApp number in the comment section so that I can pin it. Jane, you're welcome. Why are you joining us late? You just woke up. So it tells you how to apply it in your personal life. I know how hurtful and painful it is when you constantly do good to people and they just, feel the need to constantly pay you back in evil. Ifa says that is on them. When you're experiencing that, you need to move away from those kind of people, not to stop being shore, somebody that does good. Not for you to stop. It is those people that you need to move away from. You have to continue. Yeah, thank you very much. Dibiakana has posted the WhatsApp number. It is pinned on your screen right now. It is the people that are not good that you have to move away from, not you moving away from being good. No. You have to constantly do that because what? For every good deed that you put out, this is what you are going to get back in return. For every good deed that you put out, it is on you. The choices that you make is on you. Thank you so much, Jane. Dibiakana has posted it. Thank you so much. So we have talked about how to apply it to your relationship, to your career, to your personal growth, to your spiritual life. Ifa says that you should make ebo sincerely and regularly, following the instructions of Ifa, understanding that Ifa has record of both truth and hypocrisy. You play your part. Make sure that you are doing your divinations regularly and you are doing your etutu and your ebo regularly. That is your own spiritual, how do I put it? Your own spiritual responsibility. That is what you are supposed to do. Find it out constantly and make sure that you do everything that is required of you. Now, the fourth part of every Odù Ifá, as we have it in the sacred Ifá text, now talks about the Ìwúre and the prayer. So you see the complete text that we have created, or that we are creating. It's not just an Odù Ifá that is out there that gives you the Odù Ifás in English and Yoruba. They are awesome. But then, how do you pick out the lessons and the blessings? Just like somebody typed when we started, he said, okay, what does this Ifá teach us? You have recited it, we have heard. How do we apply this? That's the question that everybody is supposed to be asking. How do we apply this? What difference does this make in my life? I've heard the story and it sounds sweet. This is what the sacred text of Ifá that Ifá College is putting together. This is how it stands out from every other thing you have around. The blessings and the blessings. Then the applications. How do you apply it to different parts of your life? Send a message via the WhatsApp number. The person that is asking how much is a divination. I believe divination is what you wanted to spell. Send a message via the WhatsApp number. So the fourth part is the Ìwúre. The Ìwúre said, Ifá fi òtítọ́ rẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ fún mi. Ifá speak to me in truth. Kí n má ṣe ṣìnà, kí n má bọ́ sí ọ̀nà ibi, so that I will not take the wrong path and I will not go into a path that will end in evil for me. Ifá direct me in your truth, so that I will not take a wrong path in life. And when I mean wrong path in life, the path that is wrong for you is not necessarily wrong for the next person. So when you are looking at life as, but everybody is doing this thing, why is it not working for you? The first question is that what you are supposed to be doing? Because what is applicable for you is different from what is applicable for somebody else, which is where Ifá is different from every other form of religion. Religion says this is the straight one-line jacket that everybody has to go. But in actual fact, look at life. Is it a straight one jacket that fits all? No. So it says here that Ifá direct me in the way of the truth. Kí gbogbo ìlérí mi lè di mímúṣẹ, gbogbo ìlérí tí Elédùmarè ti bá wa ṣe, gbogbo nǹkan tí Odù Ifá sọ tó jẹ́ ìbùkún fún wa, kó lè bá a di mímúṣẹ. Every blessing that you have ordained, that your destiny has in this life, so that every one of that blessing can become applicable and materialize in your life. You need to be on the right path. If you are supposed to drive from Lagos to Ibadan, or you are supposed to drive from where? Accra to Kumasi, or you are supposed to take a road trip from Texas to Maryland, and the blessings are on the way, you will see different signposts that says, okay, stop here and take $100. Let's make it a simpler example. In the game of Monopoly, you throw your dice, it tells you to go here, take this, go to that place, take that. Now, if the path from Lagos to Ibadan is where you are going to get your blessing, then you decide, they say go from Lagos to Ibadan, pass through Beggar, then you decide to go and pass through Ekpe, and you say, at the end of the day, it is still Ibadan. No, the things that you are going to get is on the Beggar route of going outside Lagos. When you pass through Mowe, Bafo, that's where your own blessing is. Yes, Ibadan is a destination, but life is not a destination. Life is a journey. So those blessings and those good things that your Ori and your Eleda has picked on this path, if you do not follow that path, excuse me, you are not going to get it. And God is not to be blamed. And Satan is not to be blamed. It does not exist. It is you that needs to know the right path to follow, which is why this Ìwúre says, Ifá should guide me in the path of the truth. How will Ifá guide you if you don't read it? How will Ifá guide you if you don't ask Ifá? Ifá is not going to jump into your life, which is why the question that the diaspora person that was asking a question the other time, it does not make sense. Why does the Elédùmarè not save you from slavery? It is because they have told you that the responsibility of everything is on somebody else, is on you. nobody is going to, Ifa is not going to force itself into you. The knowledge of Ifa is not going to force itself into you. Ifa is where Ifa is. You are the one that will go and find it. When people want to go to school and get knowledge, you get out of your house, go to the school, register, apply, and go to class. If you like, pay school fees times 10 of what everybody has paid. If you don't attend class, you are not going to get the knowledge. Even if you have money to buy the certificate and the results, there is no shortcut to getting the knowledge except you study it and you apply it. That's what Ifa is. So you want to see the power of Olodumare and the ancestors and the Orishas. You want them to save you. Oh yes, you have work to do. Every saving that Olodumare needs to save you is already in the Odù Ifá. Every saving that you need is already in this Ifá. Everything that you will need in this life is already there. So if you are not experiencing it, it's because you have not taken the responsibility to find it. It's because you have not applied the accountability to apply it into your life. If you don't, nothing is going to happen. Is that okay? So it says here, it says, Ki gbogbo ire mi kó lè di múmúṣẹ. We've explained that. Kí ṣèkàṣèkà má ṣe bà mí jẹ́. Àwọn tó ń ṣe bí àwọn tó ń ṣèkà, àwọn abatẹnijẹ́, kó má rí tèmi bàjẹ́, kó má rí tí ẹ bàjẹ́ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. You need to understand that ṣèkàṣèkà wà nílé ayé yìí o. Dean, thank you very much for joining us for the first time. This program is 6 a.m. Nigerian time every weekday, Monday to Friday, and 1 a.m. on the EST every weekday. Ṣèkàṣèkà pọ̀ nílé ayé o. It is our responsibility to make sure that àwọn abatẹnijẹ́ ò rí tiwa bàjẹ́ o, as you protect yourself. Ṣèkàṣèkà are evil people. Evil people are everywhere. You don't pray them away. The 20, 40, 50 years that people have spent praying, we bind them, we cast them, we electrocute them, we throw them into bottomless pits, we hang them in the wall, we roast them by fire, we nail them. They are still here with you, excuse me, because that is the way life is. So it is you that is going to take the ṣèkàṣèkà. You are the one that is going to protect your path from them. Somebody is asking, how do you download it on your phone? You mean the sacred Odù Ifás that I'm reading? Okay, once it's available, we are still publishing. Okay, we are putting it together last minute of the publishing. Once it's available for sale, you'll be able to download it from the college website, ifacollege.ng. Some people have pre-ordered for it. So those that have pre-ordered will be the first set of people to get it. It will be available in both soft copy and e-copy once it is published. So we are just, building awareness for it so that you know that, you see, when it comes to the business of Ifa and the knowledge of Ifa, Ifa College is not joking. We are here to do something, and we are here to make an impactful difference. We're not just campaigning for a religion. What we are doing here is the quality of life of someone to change. Yes, I make divinations. That's my job as an Iyanifa. Please post the WhatsApp number. Somebody will post my WhatsApp number now, and then you can send the message via WhatsApp. So it says here, so it ends with translating it in English. It says, Ifa, let your truth guide me so that I don't stray into evil. Let all the blessings that is for me in the Odù materialize. Let my actions be filled with goodness, with ire, as I navigate my way in the Odù. Let the way of the ṣèkàṣèkà not harm me, the way of the evil people, but let Shore be mine. Let people that are good be directed towards my path. There is an Ewure that I make, and I teach my students to make every day, and you can also make it. Orimi, keep wicked and unreasonable people off my path. Keep my path from wicked and unreasonable people. People that know me know that that has been one of my major Ewure for the last 10 years. Let my path be kept from wicked and unreasonable people. Add it to your Ewure, because this life is filled with them. You cannot stop them from existing. You cannot bind them and cast them. There's no way you're binding them to. They will continue to thrive in this life, whether you like it or not. It is you that you need to make sure that your path is kept away from theirs. And the last part of the prayer says, Let the judgment and the decision of Ọ̀run always honor me. Let it always be in my favor. As you take the right steps, Elédùmarè will continue to honor our steps. So this is Odù Ifá Oturupon Meji, Ẹsẹ̀ 5, Ẹsẹ̀ 5, Oturupon Meji Omulaka. Let's go back to wrap up by reading the Odù Ifá. The Odù Ifá for Oturupon Meji says, ọlọ́gbọ́n kan yìí gbọ́ngbọ́ngbọ́n kí wọ́n ta kókó omi sétí aṣọ, olùmọ̀ràn kan ò mọyé ìyẹ̀pẹ̀ ilẹ̀, arìnàká kan ò rìn títí tó fi débi ilẹ̀ gbé pẹ̀kun, adífá fún ṣoreṣore tí ń bẹ láyé, abù fún ṣèkàṣèkà tí ń bẹ lálàdí ọ̀run, ẹbọ làwo ní kán mú ṣe, wọ́n ṣe oore ni àwọn ó máa ṣe, àwọn ò ní ṣèkà, àmọ́ bí oore bá di bí ìpàdé di ọ̀run. The English translation says, no one gets so wise as to tie water in a knot in the edge of a cloth. No one is so knowledgeable as to know the exact numbers of the sands of the sea. No traveler can walk endlessly and reach the very ends of the earth. If this Ifá was cast and divined for Ṣoreṣore, the one who does good continually, that lived on this earth, and Ṣèkàṣèkà, the one who does evil continually, sacrifice was what Awo prescribed for them. They both declared that they would do good and not evil, but did they truly keep their promises? No. But Ifá says, when goodness is repaid with evil, the final judgment belongs in Ọ̀run to Olódùmarè. Odù Ifá Oturupon Meji, Ẹsẹ̀ 5. Now, for those of you that has listened in the order in which our book is going to be compiled and published and produced, please keep tapping on your screen. Please, can you rate it over 10? Is this something that you like? Because I'm not doing this for myself. The entire team of the Ifá College is producing this for us. We are going this extra mile to add the blessings and the lessons, to add the applications, to add the Iwure for you people. So is this something that you like? Is this something that you want? Is this something that you want us to add? Is there anything extra you want us to add to it? Or do you think, oh, it's not necessary, the books we have in town is already okay for us? Please, I need your feedback right now. I just gave you a sample of what it looks like from Odù Ifá Oturupon Meji, tí àwọn babaláwo mọ̀ sí Odù Ifá ọlọ́gbọ́n méjì. Let me know. I'm waiting for your comments. Ifá ó bá ní ṣe, k'Elédùmarè ó bá ní ṣe, àwọn tó ṣàwo kù sẹ́yìn ó bá ní ṣe, àní Ifá ó bá ní ṣe, k'Elédùmarè ó bá ní ṣe, àwọn tó ṣàwo kù sẹ́yìn ó bá ní ṣe. Let me see if there are any questions that we have not answered. Dean, the WhatsApp number has been posted on the screen, so you can send a message via WhatsApp if you need a divination. Send it there. Madam, I really love the program, but this Ebo thing in all angles and corners, are they harmful? Ebo is not harmful. I hope I've answered your question. Ebo is not harmful. If you need to listen to what Ebo means and what they stand for, I have a video on YouTube that talks about Ebo. So you can go to the YouTube channel, Iyanifa Ewa TV, and search for that video that talks about Ebo. I spoke about it in detail, right? So you'll be able to understand it. Let me see. I think some questions are there. I'm waiting for your feedback. I need you to know. Oh, Mr. Jasper has gone. All these people that will be looking for, they will come to live streaming and think that the person they are talking to does not have knowledge of what they are talking about. Ifá bá ní ṣe, kí Elédùmarè ó bá ní ṣe, àwọn tó ṣàwo kù sẹ́yìn kó bá wa ṣe. Ifá ó bá ní ṣe, kí Elédùmarè ó bá ní ṣe, àwọn tó ṣàwo kù sẹ́yìn. Okay, I think people have answered all the questions already. Àwọn tó ṣàwo kù sẹ́yìn kó bá wa ṣe. Thanks for the compliment. Ask your message on WhatsApp. Thank you so much. Eshe Adupero. Location is Nigeria. Your teachings are excellent, but lots of questions to be asked. Okay, so just send a message via WhatsApp to ask your questions. This is Ifa College, and here we learn the undiluted, unwatered down truth about Ifa, about ԻΣΕΣΕ, about African spirituality, about our culture, our language, our tradition. So just like any other school, questions are welcome. We'll continue to teach. You continue to ask your questions. There are some times when the only thing I do on my live streaming is just take questions. I don't teach. I just take questions and I answer. So if your question has not been answered in this live streaming, please send a message via the WhatsApp number to ask your questions. Odù Ifá Oturupon Meji ni Odù Ifá tí a dá lénìí ẹsẹ̀ karùn-ún òun ni a sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí. The WhatsApp number is pinned on your screen. So as we anticipate the release, where is your WhatsApp? It's pinned on the screen here. Just look on this screen right here. You'll see it's pinned there. As we anticipate the release of the sacred text of the Odù, it is, or if you are not seeing it, you are the one that is not seeing it. Please, can any other person see the WhatsApp number that is pinned on the screen here right now? By Jane. It's right there. Just look at it. Have you seen it or you have not? Yes, it's the one from Jane. Yes, Jane has posted it. So every morning like this, we have the ԻΣΕΕΣΕ for today. Every morning like this. Yeah, there will be hard copies and there will be soft copy and audio copy. But the first issue that is going to be out is the soft copy. The hard copy will be print on demand, so you'll be able to go to the print on demand website to print, and then we would also have the audio copy later on. But we're starting with the soft copy and the print on demand. This is ԻΣΕΕΣΕ for today, a daily live streaming where we delve into one essay Ifa per day to listen to the instructions that Ifa is giving to us. Send a message via the WhatsApp number if you want to see me. Just send a message via the WhatsApp number. All of that information will be given to you. We are airing this every weekday, Monday to Friday, on the Ifa College TikTok channel and the Iyanifa Ewa YouTube channel. If you are catching a replay on YouTube, all the information you need is in the description box below. Those of you on YouTube, the information you need, the websites, the links, the numbers, everything is in the description box. Every day, 6 a.m. Nigerian time, we will be here. 1 a.m. on the EST, we will be here to delve into another Odù Ifá for each day. For those of you that are just transitioning into Ifa, I have a program that has been put together for you called Now That I Have Come to Ifa, What Next? Now that I've come to Ifa, what steps do I need to take? How do I get closer? How do I learn? What do I need to unlearn? What are the practices I should be doing daily? All of that program is available for you, and you just send a message via the WhatsApp number. Dibiakana, please help me post the WhatsApp number again. Now, Iwure is the way we make prayers in Ifa. It's different from whatever it is that you learned in church. When you click on the link in the bio of this TikTok page, you would see subscription. Click on the subscription and you'll be able to subscribe for praying the right way in Ifa and ΙΣΕΕΣΕ. Praying the right way in Ifa and ΙΣΕΕΣΕ. You'll be able to learn that. For those of you that have a spiritual calling, you want to become an Ifa priest or priestess, and you need somebody to guide you, or you just want to be able to use your spiritual gifts. Maybe your own spiritual gift is not to become an Ifa priest or priestess, but you have started seeing certain signs, or you are guessing that you think you have a spiritual calling and your Ori has something that you need to do in this life. We have the spiritual mentoring program that goes on. It's a 10-month program that has teachings and interactions every month. We have students that are taking the spiritual mentoring program right now. Jane Juma Enterprise is one of my students in the spiritual mentoring program. And let me say this, For everybody that has any logistics, you have business that you need to transact in logistics, right? You want to ship something from one country to another. Jane Juma Enterprise is the company to use. I can beat my chest to it and vouch for her that she would handle all your logistics services, right? You are shipping from Nigeria, you are shipping from Kenya, or if you are Kenyan and you deal with Nigerians in business, or you're Nigerian and you deal with people in Kenya and you need somebody to help you with money exchange, yes, she's the one that receives money for me on behalf of all of my clients that are in Kenya. Please send a message and reach out to her. Yes, Italy too. She ships worldwide. She ships all over. Yeah, so send her a message via DM, Jane Juma Enterprise, and you can trust me, your package is safe. Ogun will keep your package safe from the country they pick it up from to its destination. Aláṣẹkù. So if you need to join the spiritual mentoring program, yes, the spiritual mentoring program is on for those of you that feel that you have a spiritual calling, or you just want to be able to know more. Now, the spiritual mentoring program is a one-on-one class. I take you one-on-one. It's not a general teaching like this. It's a class that is tailored for you as a person. I will need to ask you questions to know where you are, where you stand, what exactly you are trying to achieve spiritually before the class is curated for you, and it is a 10-month class. The Ifa College website is www.ifacollege.ng, or simply type ifacollege.ng. There are different courses that you can learn on Ifa. We have Ifa studies for both adults and children. We have Ifa studies for kids. We have Yoruba studies. The study of Yoruba language, Yoruba vocabulary, Yoruba literature, very important for anybody that is coming into Ifa. We have Yoruba studies. We have Orisha herbalism and traditional medicine, where you learn the practice of traditional medicine as it was given to our Orishas and how we apply it in everyday life, right? A lot of you don't know that different countries, the Ministry of Health of different countries usually have a department for herbal medicine, traditional medicine. Like in Nigeria, the Federal Ministry of Health in Nigeria has a department called the Department of Alternate and Complementary Medicine, where traditional medicine is under. And I am a certified traditional medicine practitioner under that department by the Federal Ministry of Health in Nigeria. So what we do is practice traditional medicine. And the only way you can learn it is the way it was given to the Orishas that own traditional medicine. That is what we learn in that course. And then we have a course, which happens to be my favorite course, Oshun Fertility and Midwifery. That course is centered around reproductive health for both male and female, fertility and everything in between, pregnancy, postpartum, everything that has to do with reproductive health as assigned to Orisha Oshun, and how you can apply it in your modern day life, in modern day medical practice, right? And then we have Erin Dilogun Studies. Erin Dilogun Studies is the studies that centers on the use of the cowrie shells for divination. Let me show you here. Cowrie shells. Yeah. Cowrie shells for divination. So there are different items that we use for divination in Ifa. We have the cowrie shells divinations, where we learn using, we make divinations using the Ikinfa, the cowrie shells, right? So that course is called Erin Dilogun. Erin Dilogun just means 16. So we have 16 cowrie shells. You can learn how to make divinations using the 16 cowrie shells and the odus under them. Then we have the 256 Odù Ifá mastery course. That is the one that teaches you the entire Odù Ifá and 2 essay under it. You will learn Boshen Kyodu, both in Yoruba and in English. You will learn Kini Odù Yen Kowa, Eboti Odù Yen Koru. Everything is there under the 256 Odù. Will a person learn how to do Ebo with Erin Dilogun? You cannot learn how to do Ebo in a virtual class. Ifa College is a virtual class. Okay, Ebo you learn in person. So for you to learn how to make Ebo, it means that you are learning to become a Babalorisha or Iyalorisha or a Babalawo and Iyanifa, and that is not something you learn virtually. You have to be there. You take out time to come to the shrine and learn how we are doing it. That is learned with experience over years. You cannot skip that. To become a Babalawo or an Iyanifa or a Babalorisha, Iyalorisha, takes about 7 years of training. Yeah, 7 years of training, sometimes even more. You cannot skip that part if you want to be a practicing Babalawo. But if you are just an Omuawo, an Ifa devotee, you are not supposed to conduct ebo for yourself or anybody. It is not your job to. Is that okay? Just like in the medical profession, surgeries and all those other things is left to a doctor. It is not. You can be in the medical line, you can be a nurse, you can learn something in the medical line, you can be a general practice doctor, but if you do not take a course in medicine and surgery, you cannot perform surgery. So you see that part, leave it for the professional in that regards, which is the Babalawo and the Iyanifa. So if you are learning to become that, then you would have to book a physical class. But Ifa College helps us to bridge the gap, of busy schedule. People that have busy schedules, they want to learn about Ifa. You are in the diaspora, you have a busy schedule, your hands are full, or because of the dynamics of your family, you cannot tell your parents or your husband that you want to go to a Babalawo's place to learn, or you cannot tell your wife that. Ifa College is there to bridge that gap, so that everything possible you can learn online, virtually, you'll be able to learn it. What of those things to learn if you have a call? That's why I said there's a spiritual mentoring program. So if you think or you are sure you have a spiritual call, send a message to join the spiritual mentoring program. I would have to take you through a one-on-one interview to find out if truly you have a call, what call you have. Then we will structure a 10-month program that fits you on that journey. So send a message via the WhatsApp number. Dibiakana, please post the WhatsApp number on the screen. So at the moment, these are the courses that we have at the Ifa College, right? These are the courses that we have at the Ifa College at the moment that you can learn. ifacollege.ng is the website. And then if you need any help deciding what course to study, you would find the number there or the link there where you can, speak with a course advisor to help you with this. Until tomorrow, let's make our Iba. Ẹ wọ́n ní ká dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ onírú tó gbẹ́rú wá, ká dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ọlọ́bẹ̀ tó bá wa sè. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá wa jẹ́ náà, ẹ kú àìbínú o. Akọ́dá ayé àṣèbà ṣẹ̀dá, àṣèbà tí wáyé ọjọ́, àṣèbà tí wọ̀ oòrùn. Elédùmarè ọba tẹ́rẹrẹ kárí ayé àṣèbà, àníkíbà wá ṣẹ o. Bàbá àgbà arúgbó ọjọ́ àṣèbà, òrọ́mọ oníṣẹ́ fàyàtì àṣèbà, ọba tó lọ kọrin kése, ọba tó sọ̀rọ̀ tí ò tàsé, kábíyèsí ọba tí ń fọba jẹ àṣèbà, atẹ́rẹrẹ kárí ayé àṣèbà, àníkíbà wá ṣẹ o. Ẹ̀yin ìyá mi ọ̀pàdé àlàkẹ́, ẹ̀yin alágogo idẹ, ẹ̀yin ìyá mi òṣèré ọmọnìyà àṣèbà olúbíkin, àṣèbà ọ̀sán ìbíkin, àṣèbà jagunmàdé olúwo òbí ọ̀run, àṣèbà ìyá àti bàbá wa ọlọ́pọ̀ tó wà wá sáyé àṣèbà, àníkíbà wá ṣẹ o. Gbogbo orí kọ̀ọ̀kan tó péjọ síbí lẹ́yìn, àṣèbà orí, àṣèbà ẹlẹ́dàá, àníkíbà wá ṣẹ o. Àwọn ògbìn gbèngbè tí ń rìn gbèngbèngbè lẹ́ẹ̀kúlé ẹni tó wù wọ́n, ẹ̀yin ìyá mi àṣèbà yín o. Àṣèbà ọ̀sá méjì, àṣèbà ẹlẹ́yẹ, àṣèbà ẹlẹ́sẹ̀ kan tí ń bẹ́lẹ́sẹ̀ méjì já ọlọ́mú kan tí ń tún gba ọmọ lọ́mú àṣèbà. Ẹ̀yin apanimáyọ̀dà, ẹ̀yin atẹ̀dọ̀dọ̀rọ̀ àṣèbà, àníkíbà wá ṣẹ o. Àṣèbà gbogbo àwọn aláṣẹkù, gbogbo àwọn tó ṣàwó kù sẹ́yìn ìfáwà, gbogbo àwọn tí ò jẹ́ káwó parun, àṣèbà yín o, àníkíbà wá ṣẹ o. Àṣèbà gbogbo babaláwo, gbogbo Iyanifa, gbogbo bàbá lórìṣà, ìyá lórìṣà, àwọn oníṣègùn, àwọn àpẹ̀tẹ̀dí, àwọn ìyá àbíyẹ̀, àwọn eléwé ọmọ, gbogbo àwọn tó ń jókòó tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ ẹrún mọlẹ̀, àṣèbà àníkíbà wá ṣẹ o. A tún ti wá sínú Odù Ifá lẹ́nu, Odù Ifá tí àwọn babaláwo ń pè ní ọlọ́gbọ́n méjì. A ti kọ́ ọgbọ́n ìmọ̀ àti òye níbẹ̀, àníkífá ó bá wa ṣe, k'Elédùmarè ó bá wa ṣe, káwọn tó ṣàwó kù sẹ́yìn kọ́ kún wa lọ́wọ́, kọ́ bá wa ṣe o, láṣẹ Èdùmarè. Ojúmọ́ ti mọ́, ojúmọ́ ire, ojúmọ́ ayọ̀, ojúmọ́ ìdùnnú, ojúmọ́ àlàáfíà ló máa jẹ́ fún gbogbo ẹnì kọ̀ọ̀kan wa láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Nílé lóko lẹ́yìn odi níbi gbogbo tẹ́ ẹ bá ti ń gbọ́ mi, wọ́n ní ire lójú owó ń rí, ire lójú yín á máa rí o láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Àní báráyé fọwọ́ tì, àní ṣubú dànù, àní taṣọ àgbà mọ́lẹ̀, àní tẹ ojú ayé mọ́lẹ̀. Àwọn àgbàlagbà tó láyé wọn ò ní bínú sí wa. Ẹ̀yọ́nú Ọlọ́run bá ẹ̀yọ́nú ènìyàn, ẹ̀yọ́nú àwọn ìyá mi òun la máa rí, ẹ̀yọ́nú àgbà òun ló máa bá wa lọ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Níbi gbogbo tá a bá kọjú sí, gúúsù ni o, àríwá ni, ìlà oòrùn ni, ìwọ̀ oòrùn ni, ọ̀tún ni, òsì ni o, tí ẹyẹlé fi ń kórè wá, ire làwa náà máa bá ń bẹ̀ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Wọ́n ní irun orí báyìí òun ló ń bo àṣírí orí, ìkọ́nà ọwọ́ àtẹsẹ̀ ló ń bá àṣírí ọwọ́ àtẹsẹ̀, gbogbo ara ní bá àṣírí ẹ̀dọ̀. Kọ́ máa ráyé wá máa fi owó ńláńlá, kọ́ máa fi ire, kọ́ máa fi ayọ̀, kọ́ máa fi bò wá láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Wọ́n ní àṣírí ẹ̀kọ́ kì í tú lójú ewé, àṣírí wa òun tú lójú ọmọ aráyé láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Wọ́n ní láàárín pèrègún òun ni màrìwò tí ń kẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ròde, láàárín àwọn ọ̀tá wa òun la máa ti gbélé ayé tá a máa fi ṣe rere. Ibi tọ́nà ti dí mọ́ wa, wọ́n ní ọ̀nà kì í dí mọ́ lọ́kàn, ọ̀nà kì í dí mọ́ ládàá. Ògùn tó lànà falára tó lànà fàjèrò á lànà fẹ́mi àti ní o láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Àní báráyé fọwọ́ tì o, àní ṣubú dànù o, ọkọ ọba àdá ọba kò ní ṣá wa lẹ́sẹ̀ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Àwọn ọmọ tá a bí, àwọn ọmọ tá a ní, àwọn ọmọ tá a ń tọ́, wọ́n máa gbó, wọ́n máa tọ́ lójú ẹ̀mí wa. Ọmọ wa kọ̀ọ̀kan ò ní fòṣánlẹ̀ kó kú lójú ẹ̀mí wa láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Aráyé ò ní fọmọ dà wá láàmú, ẹrù tálábíàmọ ìtúkùn ò ní gbé wá káwa mọ́lé láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Adé ògúngúlú sọ onísọ òbòjì, adé tó ń sọ ẹrú tó ń sọ ọ́ di ọmọ, adé tó ń sọ aláìní tó ń sọ ọ́ níbí, tó ń sọ ọ́ di onígbà aṣọ. Kádé wá jókòó tì wá, kádé wá sọlé wa dilé, kádé wá sọ̀nà wa dọ̀nà, ká bá dé nílé, ká kó ajé lọ́nà láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Igúnnugún tí ń jẹbọ ìṣálò ayé kó wá jẹbọ tiwa, àkàlàmọ̀gbò tí ń jẹbọ ìṣálò ọ̀run kó wá jẹbọ tiwa. Gbogbo ẹbọ tá a bá gbé kó fín kó dà kó dòde ọ̀run láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Gbogbo àwọn òrìṣà tá à ń gbẹ́bọ fún kó dúró tì wá, kó bá wa ṣe láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Elédùmarè ọba òkè á kà wá fún àwọn olóríire, àwọn oníṣẹ́gun láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Gbogbo àwọn òrìṣà tá à ń ṣọ̀sẹ̀ fún lẹ́yìn èyí lọ́sẹ̀ ẹgbẹ́, àṣẹ músòmúsò ẹgbẹ́ o, àṣẹ ẹgbẹ́ àkíkà, àṣẹ músòmúsò ẹgbẹ́, àṣẹ ẹgbẹ́ àkíkà, ẹgbẹ́ ayé ẹgbẹ́ ọ̀run kó wá dúró tì wá, kó wá bá wa ṣe. Bọ̀rọ̀ kíní ayé, bọ̀rọ̀ kíní ọ̀run, ẹ wá dúró tì wá, ẹ wá bá wa ṣe, ẹ wá kún wa lọ́wọ́ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Èyí lọ́sẹ̀ Ògún látayé ọ̀ṣìmọ̀lẹ̀, Ògún tó lómi nílé tó ń fẹ̀dí ọ̀tá wa wẹ̀, kógun wá fẹ̀dí ọ̀tá ìní àti yín wẹ̀. Ògún tó láṣọ nílé tó ń fi mọ̀kímọ̀ bora, kó wá fi ẹran ara àwọn ọ̀tá wa kó wá fi bora. Ẹni tó bá ní ó kú bí tá a máa gbé gbà níṣejú wọn báyìí lògùn á bá wa gbé débi gíga. Ẹni tó bá wá ní kò ní ṣojú òun láṣẹ Èdùmàrè, Ògún á fi ẹ̀jẹ̀ á fi pa títì láró. Gbogbo ẹni tó bá dìde ibi sí wa, lòdì sí wa, ǹjẹ́ ọkọ ni o, aya ni, ọmọdé ni, àgbà ni o, àwọn ọmọ tá a bí ní iṣẹ́ ọwọ́ wa tá à ń ṣe láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Àwa la máa lékè wọn, àwa la máa lẹ́yìn wọn láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Gbogbo ẹni tó bá ń ṣàìsàn nínú àgọ́ ara wa, wọ́n ní Iyèmí alágbolódò òun ló ń fi àgbo ẹ̀ òun ló fi ń mú àwọn èèyàn láradá. Wọ́n ní kí dókítà tó dé, òun ní Ọ̀ṣun ló ti ń fi àgbo odò ẹ̀ ló ti fi mú èèyàn láradá láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ọmọ aráyé ò ní fi iṣan àti ẹran ara yín, wọn ò ní fi gbé yín dè, wọn ò ní fi omi àti ẹ̀jẹ̀ ara wa, wọn ò ní fi gbé wa dè. Àìsàn kéré ó tóbi ni kò ní ṣe wá, ó gbóògùn ni kò gbóògùn ni, ọmọ aráyé ò ní fi ìkọ̀kan náà ṣe wá. Àní dùbúlẹ̀ àìsàn fún ọmọ ò ní dùbúlẹ̀ àìsàn fún wa. Gbogbo àwọn àgbàlagbà, gbogbo àwọn ògbó tó wà nílé wa láṣẹ Èdùmàrè, wọn ò ní fi wọ́n dà wá láàmú. Àwa náà bá ṣe ń dàgbà, á dògbó, á gbó, á tọ́. Ọmọ aráyé ò ní fi àìsàn, wọn ò ní fi dà wá láàmú. Àní fàìsàn ló gbà o. Èmi àti níṣẹ́ aláìní, àní fi àìsàn ló gbà. Ire lọ́tún, ire lósì òun ló máa jẹ́ tiwa níbi gbogbo tá a bá kọjú sí. Ire báyìí òun la máa kó láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà lókè òkun, bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ti rìnrìn àjò èrè oko òun lẹ máa kó délé. Gbogbo àwọn tá à ń tajà àtàwàràwàrà àtàjèrè òun ló máa jẹ́ tiwa o. Gbogbo ire tá à ń kó níbi iṣẹ́ wa, èrè tá à ń jẹ lórí iṣẹ́ wa, àní fi wá àìsàn, àní fi ṣèdààmú. Ọmọ aráyé ò ní lù wá ní jìbìtì ẹ̀ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. ojúmọ́ ti mọ́ báyìí ọ̀yẹ́ ti là, ojúmọ́ ire ló máa jẹ́, ojúmọ́ ayọ̀ ló máa jẹ́, ojúmọ́ ìdùnnú ló máa jẹ́ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Èyí tá a wí lẹ́yìn àṣẹ ti gùn arọ ti rọ̀ mọ́, torí wọ́n ní àbálá alágẹmọ máa ń dá òrìṣà òkè ló ń fàṣẹ sí. Èmi àti yín tún ti dábàá lẹ́yìn òrìṣà òkè ti bá wa fàṣẹ sí. Ó ti rí bẹ́ẹ̀, ó ti ṣẹ bẹ́ẹ̀ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Àṣẹ. Ẹ ṣé gan ni o. Thank you very much for joining us. Until today, when I will come your way again. If you have any questions, you need to make a divination, send a message via the WhatsApp number. Please post the WhatsApp number so that we can pin it one more time before we wrap up. If you missed Ase for Today Season 2 Episode 1 yesterday, it will be dropping on YouTube 12 noon Nigerian time today. That is 7 a.m. on the EST. This program airs every day, 6 a.m. Nigerian time and 1 a.m. on the EST. Yeah, the WhatsApp number has been pinned on your screen by Kana Didibia. 6 a.m. Nigerian time, 1 a.m. on the EST is this program every weekday, Mondays to Fridays. Now, if you want to get a replay, everybody should. I also watch the replay. The replay of yesterday's episode will be on our YouTube channel, Iyanifa Ewa TV. Iyanifa Ewa TV. Please, someone type that in the comment section. At 12 noon Nigerian time today, the replay is going to drop on YouTube. If you missed the one for yesterday, we would edit and process the one for today so that you'll be able to get it for tomorrow. Ẹ ṣé gan ni o, onírúṣe, ọlọ́bẹ̀ ṣe, nílé lóko lẹ́yìn odi níbi gbogbo tẹ́ ti ń gbọ́ wa. Ẹ̀yin la máa bá, àwa lẹ máa rí. Wọn ò ní fẹ́ lòmíì ṣe wá o, wọn ò ní fẹ́ lòmíì ṣẹ̀yìn náà láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ojú tẹ́ fi ń wò wá kò ní fọ́, etí tẹ́ fi ń gbọ́ wá ò ní di. I remain your host, Iyanifa Ewa, popularly known as Iyanifa Ewa, the founder of the Ifá College and the host of Ase for Today. Títí ọ̀la ire báyìí òun la máa bára wa ṣe o láṣẹ.